Hello there, this is a Kundalini yoga exercise which is for the immune system. Now, apparently it's very powerful. I've never done it before. As you know, I'm not a qualified Kundalini teacher or really qualified to do anything, except perhaps wear a hood that makes me look, let's face it, adorable. Even though this is for the immune system at a time where immunity couldn't be more relevant and prevalent, I'm certainly not proposing you do this instead of a more, conventional immune defense thing. But it certainly says here in this Kundalini yoga book that this increases the immune system's capacity. And I can see how it might, because it's sort of quite a powerful respiratory thing. I'm going to talk you through the process because there's some complexity to it, like the way that we have to hold our hands for this and everything. So the first thing we have to do is on your left hand, bring your thumb to what would be called in our culture, or in the culture I'm from anyway, the ring finger, and hold your hand like that at shoulder level, okay? With this hand, the right hand, you create a fist, bring in all your little fingers into what's called in yoga these little darling pads, as if you were a kitten, your little kitten pads. Then make a fist and bring this finger, the index finger, the pointy finger of judgment, up and out. With this finger, we're going to be blocking this nostril. So memorize this hand position. Left hand, thumb to ring finger, shoulder height. Right hand, make a fist going into your little paddy paws and have the index finger ready to block the right nostril. I can already see that I'm going to need to blow this nostril because we're going to be doing a thing called breath of fire through this nostril. Breath of fire, as the name suggests, for any of you Kung Fu Panda fans, is a pretty intense form of breathing. Here it is through both the nostrils. I'm pumping my tummy there at the navel and I'm breathing rapidly. I wonder if you can hear. Now imagine doing that through one nostril. So, excuse me. Sometimes you do breath of fire through your mouth, sometimes through your nose, always pumping the tum, but I've never known it be done just through one nostril. But given this is for the immune system, let's give it a go. So that's the first bit. Ring finger, left hand like that. I guess that's like you're making a Cub Scout commitment. Here, the old fist and the pointy finger. You'll be blocking the right nostril. It's pretty intense, let me tell you. And we'll be doing that for 3 minutes. When you're doing this exercise, bring your attention to the brow point, like with your eyes closed while you're in the position, wedding finger. Bring your attention to this point here, the brow point, because when you start doing it, you might feel a little bit of a sense of like panic. It feels like you're not getting enough breath at first. But if you bring your attention there, it helps. I do this other thing, that on the inhale I think sat, and on the exhale I think nam. So inside my head I'm going, while my breath is going, I'm thinking Satnam, 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 and my attention is here. What that does is it stops you like sitting there thinking this is mental and that you can't get enough breath in your body. To end this exercise, we inhale deeply and hold the breath. So that's going to be, because it doesn't say whether it's oral, so I've got to assume it's just one snout's worth of inhalation. You hold the breath. As the breath is held, we interlace our fingers like that with the right thumb on top, and while holding the breath, we put as much pressure as we can into trying to pull the hands apart while actually stopping yourself, because otherwise you could just do it. So you create resistance here like that while holding the breath, and then you exhale once, then you do it again, twice, and on the third one, and I won't be reminding you of this again. On the third one, it'll be 1, 2, 3. So when we're doing this for reals on the day, I'll be going, okay, first inhale, second inhale, and on the third inhale, you bring your tongue to your palate, up the back there like that. Right, and then it says you exhale with your lips curling outwards. So can you imagine how we're going to look? Or at least you don't have to do it on film. It's going to be like this, I guess. This is my tongue back on my palate and my lips curled out, exhaling. That's right. But for immunity, what won't you do? So remember, the first part of it, wedding finger, hand held at shoulder height, right hand, index finger like this, fingerprints on the paddy paws, breath of fire. We're doing that for 3 minutes, blessedly with our eyes closed. And then finally, you inhale. I reckon it is through the mouth because they can't expect you to put it back like that, can they, for the second and third? So I'm going to assume that the inhalations are oral. So we'll put our hands like that. We'll inhale and hold, meanwhile putting as much tension as we can here. He said with the right finger on top, right thumb on top, so I guess that means like that. Putting as much tension, see my right thumb's on top, as much tension, and then I exhale, then I inhale again, pull, 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 and then I exhale again, and then I inhale, and then the exhale this time is done with that weird tongue at the palate, lips curled out. Okay, so that's the whole exercise. Now remember, we're doing this to improve and boost our immune system. You can see the effect it's going to have on the respiratory system. Who knows how these things affect you neurologically, how they interact with the nervous system. What we do know is that these yogic techniques were devised divinely thousands of years ago. And by say divinely, it could be the same way a scientific theorem enters into the mind of a genius scientist that's later applicable. Harder, of course, to demonstrate the efficacy of this, but you know, how often do you see tests done on this kind of work? All right, so I think you got the basics there, right? We'll start it and end it on a little chant just to keep things rocking, but remember the basics. It's a ring finger, Boy Scout looking thing on the left hand, index finger on the right hand, breath of fire for 3 minutes. When that ends, we do a big inhalation, right finger on the top, and we exhale. And on the third one of those exhalations, having held it for as long as possible, by the way, on the third one, we inhale and we exhale out with the tongue on the palate and the lips curled out. And then we'll be closing with Sat Nam, Sa Nam. And to open, we do Om Namo Gurudev Namo. This is all for the benefits of our immune system. So let's get ready for that. I'm going to make sure my nose is clean, because the last thing I want to do on an instructional video for Kundalini Yoga about the immune system is blow snot all over myself. Can you think of anything less dignified? It would undo all the good work that the hood's done. So let's get ready with a chant, which I was taught is just like tuning into the frequencies that might go beyond our personal ego. You think of yourself as absolutely real, but what are we really? Impulses, instincts, memories. When you're absolutely in the present, neither the past nor the future can dominate you through anxiety or fear or sadness. So let's do this little thing. Some people I know warm the old hands up like that. Coming in, my son, like that. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We do it 3 times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Now to the breath of fire for 3 minutes. Remember to pump that navel. Remember, ring finger, left hand, shoulder height, index finger here, rest of the fingers fist, but on them pads. Let's do that now. 3 minutes, eyes closed. Now to close, we do them Satnams, Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. 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 For the exercise to be effective, it says in the instructions that we should consider doing it every day. Any Kundalini exercise, you've got to be careful what you're eating before it. You know, you want an empty tummy, really. And it says here, with gradual practice, you can get up to 31 minutes, and that your whole system is cleaned and rejuvenated. The immune system will have a new vigor and will not be blocked by inner conflict. This type of breathing is called the sun breath. Remember, increasing the immune system's potential and capacity via breath makes sense to me. Kundalini yoga and the specific techniques, which can feel a bit wacky if you're not familiar with it. Like, why would holding that finger be more relevant than any other finger? And what's the significance of holding a hand like that? I guess you could ask about acupressure, tapping, acupuncture, all systems that access inner meridians that are somewhat proven to have an effect. There aren't, you know, I guess double-blind tests on acupuncture, but it's more and more accepted inside what we would have to refer to as mainstream medicine. So give that a try. Tell me how you get on with it. Certainly it gives me a little buzz. I feel better than I did before. Just breathing through one snout hole for 3 minutes is certainly its own challenge. Let me know how you get on.